Hi, my name's Austin Heeger, and I'm the Vice President of Simon Kenton FFA's chapter.
And my name is Chelsea Lowe, and I'm the President of the Simon Kenton FFA chapter.
Today we're going to give you a tour of the Honey Locust farm. First off, we'll start with this amazing fence that we built. This was, when the tornado came through, it damaged a lot of fencing, so we helped go through and help Art fix the fence. This is part of his cattle pasture that he has. There's currently 35 head of cattle on the farm right now, but they're all roaming in the back. So this is just basically where they feed and graze in the field. And back in the back we do have the farm, or the cornfield, so we'll show that to you next. Here on Honey Locust Farm, they do hay to feed their cattle. This is actually one of our hay fields that we do. This field usually averages 200 bales to 235 bales. And we have this field, and then back in the back we have 3 more fields that we will cut, mow, and bale into square bales.
And over here we have the cornfield, which is we use the corn to feed the cattle during the winter, and all the corn goes over into the silage over there. This is all right here down is all the corn that the cattle eat at Honey Locust Farms.
Here on Honey Locust Farm, the farm originally started with 135 acres, but over time they've grown to 235. So each part of that acreage will have corn, hay, and cattle on it. And over here behind us we have the equipment shed where we keep our various John Deere tractors, mowers, tedders, windrowers, and all the farm equipment we have.
Also behind Austin you see the barn, which the barn was also taken down during the tornado in March of 2012. So it started out just originally as a tobacco barn, and then they turned it into a big wedding event planning barn, and now they hold weddings and parties and anything that you could possibly think of they hold inside the barn.
Here on Honey Locust Farm, they raise black Angus cows. They feed them off the pasture, off of square bales, round bales, alfalfa, and common feed. These include corn, wheat, any other feed that you would find at a normal feed store. The easiest way for one farmer to do hay is with round bales, because he can use a tractor and a baler by himself, whereas square bales are smaller and you need more of a team to do them.
For any other questions about Honey Locust Farm, or if you know somebody that wants to have an event at Honey Locust Farm, go to www.honeylocustfarms.com or call 356-CAF.
Just on toast?
No.
Yeah.
Cars. Okay. I'll take that.
No electric. They got water.
Yeah.
They got here, but we're already out.
Yep. And as far as the potty, we have.
Yes. Breakfast also?
Hi, welcome to Triple J Farm on Rich Road in Pioneer, Kentucky. We are currently located on about 180 acres. We have 140 black Angus cattle, 4 donkeys, and 56 head of goats, boar goats, which are meat-producing goats that we will sell on the hoof to be sold for meat. The black Angus cattle we raise, ship to market twice a year, and we are a family-owned farm that has been, I am the 6th generation and my nephew will be the 7th generation. So welcome and enjoy the tour. 7 generations, so it's the 18s. We're back to 1800s. Rich Road is named after my family, the Riches. My grandmother was a Rich, so it's obviously thick in tradition.
You have that one bottle fed calf too.
Yeah, he looks sad. Out here in the underneath the hoop barn, we have about 600 round bales that we will feed through the winter and spring. The orange and green and blue spools of wire is for a project that is taking a fiber optic line, I think from Cincinnati to Lexington, and we were asked if we could be a staging area for that company. So we have been able to house their product to give them a place to have a general place to meet, but they are going through our farm and some other local farms to get from point A to point B, and that's the fiber optic line. If you look this way, we have obviously the Black Angus cattle coming underneath our bull lot. Here's the black barn that dates back generations. There was an old silo. My brother and dad and husband took it down. This past year, my grandmother would tell stories of putting the silage in and getting it out. It was my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and great-aunt that pretty much ran the farm and when she was a child. So she passed away last year at 85, and we miss those stories. But yes, lots and lots of stories here. 4 goats are actually pregnant right now. We should be getting ready to have kids. The goats can have up to 4 kids. So hopefully we will be starting to have babies running around in the next couple days. They were started because we stopped doing tobacco. We were a working tobacco farm years ago. But we have a donkey ahead is pregnant, should be expecting any time also. The 2 to the left are our youngest donkeys. They are not as friendly as the other one, but they won't hurt you. They're just not as people friendly. Oh, got a goat coming up from behind. This hay was put in here this year. This side of the hay is darker because of the rain. It's been weathered, and you can see the brighter yellow on the other side, but that's all this year's hay. So this will be the staging lot for the cows when we work the cows twice a year as the dog keeps going crazy. We'll bring them up through here, come down this path. They'll start sorting down. They'll go into the barn, which we can take you that way. Walk this way. Go. So cow comes down. Cow comes through. Hopefully, one at a time, they come through. We smash head, not smash, that's not a good word. It comes in, head goes out, catches it. They're able to weigh. If at that point we need to change ear tags, we can change ear tags. If a male has not been castrated by then to be turned to a steer, we can also do that as they're younger. And anything else that needs, if something's wrong or we need to medicate or anything to help save the animal, we will do that while they're in here also. So.
Whoa, let's go. But we still not right now. Lay on there. Guys, you ready? Yes. Let's go. Dude, we got a couple. I like that. I couldn't get in. I was excited. I ordered them. I didn't try
Tim and Tara, when they were dating, they were making wine a little bit at a time, and as time progressed and they got married, we made more and more, and I would come in with a load of grapes or apples or whatever, and I would surprise them, and we'd make a bunch. It went from 10-gallon to 5 or to 50-gallon, and so we went on to the tobacco, and We got the bootlegging a little bit, and they got kind of afraid of that, so we got our license and went from there. We started raising blackberries, and that's our main crop for wines, is blackberries, and that's what we specialize in.
Okay.
And it keeps progressing over the years to what we got now. And the county come up to the farm tour, and that really opened it up a lot for the wineries.
And you're second generation on the farm?
I'm with, second generation.
Okay.
And Fisher's 5th generation.
Yeah, we got third,
Oh, 3rd.
and then our kids would be 4th. Basically, there's
Elizabeth and Emily's kids would be 5th, so.
60 acres here, and bordered on the Licking River and the railroad tracks. I think Doug was born in the old White House. It's still here, and his son Todd resides there now. We started with, like I said, as a hobbyist winer, and we picked up from there. And last year we did right around 2,000 gallons of wine, mostly fruit wines, blackberry, strawberry, peach. We got apple and a Concord grape. As far as the farm goes, our next big thing is Boo Fest coming up for the month of October. We do a pumpkin patch and take tractor rides, hay rides down to the pumpkin patch, and other fun things. We show old movies on a big screen, old horror movies. We've got a corn maze, farm animals to see, jack-o'-lantern hayride in the evenings. It's a pretty good time for everybody. So that's kind of our mainstay. Is the Boo Fest is an October issue, and the winery all year round.
Started as a hobby, enjoyed it, it turned into a business. Dad doesn't do anything small, so that's why it's now a business. Learn as we go.
That's interesting that you use blackberries and apples and other things, because I went to a vineyard in Ohio years ago, and they said the grapes were killed by a blight.
In Kentucky, the early, I guess 1920s or so, there was a blight that took a lot of the grapes, because Kentucky was actually the leading wine manufacturer in the United States back then. A blight attacked the grapes, and then Prohibition had set in. So that was devastating, and the agriculture department at the time went to the vintners and said, hey, we've got this other crop, it's burley tobacco, and you can plant in the spring, harvest in the fall, and get your money by the first of the year. So a lot of them decided to do that instead of waiting 5 years to get a yield on a grapevine again. Now it's kind of come full circle, and with the tobacco buyout and the other cost share alternatives for people that were tobacco farmers, they actually created what we are, which is a small farm winery. And it's, like I said, it's come full circle where, now we're back to growing grapes and having wineries and not as much tobacco in the state of Kentucky. Kentucky Proud is through the agriculture department.
Yard sales, anything to do with Kentucky Proud. It's community oriented.
A Kentucky Proud sponsored event like a farmer's market, things like that, we are more than able to take our wines and do tastings there at any Kentucky Proud function. So that's another thing that they've done to kind of open things up for this type of business, as a small farm winery business.
We're going to have Boo Fest. It starts the 1st of October, first Friday in October, and goes through to the 25th every weekend. We have a hayride, we have a witch's hut, we have a haunted trail. This year, the last Saturday, which is the 24th, we're going to have a haunted corn maze. The admission's $7, and you pay for your pumpkin. You can get a hayride down to get your pumpkin, and we have another hayride during the night, which is very romantic. So come visit us at Red Bend's Farm Winery, and you can taste the wine while the kids are watching movies.
Hello, my name is Becky Kelly, and I've written a book along with my friend Kathy Woodhouse about all the wineries of Kentucky. For each one, we did a story with pictures
about the winery owners, the wineries themselves, their history. We did wine descriptions, and we created original recipes from one wine at each winery. So it's a cookbook too. These are lovely gift items. It's a wonderful coffee table book, and we're just so proud of what our publisher did for us to make this book a successful look at Kentucky agricultural products.
You did not tell me. What happened?
Quit, huh?
Well, that or
Is that what he said? Regular milk?
a blackberry sweet slushy. I'm going to try it now. Oh, yum. It's sweet, it's cold, it feels good going down, and I'm going to have some more.
You guys have fun?
I hope they have a bottle of this, buy several. Come on out to the